This one's going to blow your mind. This is the Arkansas Democrat Gazette, Saturday. If you notice right there, it says, I'm going to have to read it. It says, cameras not worn in deadly ATF raid. That's involving the man named Brian Malowski, who was the director of the Little Rock Airport and the highest paid city employee for all of Little Rock, who lived in an affluent neighborhood called Chenal, who was well respected, and he liked to collect guns and coins, and he went to a lot of gun shows. And Brian made about, $250,000 a year. And so when you make $250,000 a year, you can buy a lot of guns at one time, and he would check each one off as his personal gun, which is not against the law. Up until recently, until like this week, you could buy and sell guns of your personal collection because it's your Second Amendment right. Well, Brian would go and buy 20 or 40 guns, and he decided he didn't like them. He'd go to a gun show, and then the feds, they put a tracking device on him, tried to buy some guns from him, and then they took in 10 vehicles, 10 Suburbans. The neighbor caught it on camera. Covered his Ring doorbell it was dark, it was 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Knocked his door down, and his wife reports that Brian shot at the floor thinking it was a robber because there's no evidence that the ATF announced themselves. That's the problem. And given today, in today's world, with all the weirdos, all the weird shit, you don't think robbers are smart enough to announce police and knock your door down? Right? They didn't even have an arrest warrant. It was a search warrant only. And they shot Brian right in the head. And so the Arkansas State Legislature started asking questions. And it says right here in their statement talking about the ATF, the senator said they had been informed by the Department of Justice that the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, Explosives agents who took part in the early morning raid on Brian Malowski's home have been without the body cameras. We will continue to press the department to explain how this violation of its own policy could have happened to disclose the full circumstances of this tragedy. You're a fucking law enforcement officer, right? You're a federal agent. And what you are is the Gestapo. If you do not have the time and resources to live by the law and the decree in which you enforce on others, you know good and damn well you're supposed to have cameras on you. You could have went and killed pedophiles. You could have went and killed a whole slew of child rapists. You could have picked up some murderers. You could have anything. But you decided to not wear a camera when it was your duty and job that you're employed by an American fucking taxpayer to do, that you put your hand on a Bible and you want to hold what? Yourself in high esteem because you're somebody that has a badge and gun? You're a piece of shit. What you are. Right? Because the least you could do is play by the rules because you want everybody else to play by the rules, right? And it's just the Gestapo, communistic, deep state of all these rich old fuckers that have fetishes for children, and they're all blackmailed. And they do not want you armed. They do not want you healthy. They do not want you fucking in shape. They want you mad over whoever's color. And they want to force the transgender narrative down your throat to the point in which it makes everybody violent. No one was mad about anybody being gay or transgender until you started putting it in their schools and forcing it down their throats. And now, you ain't got the decency to wear a body camera on a raid. And you don't want to disclose why? We all know why, you motherfuckers are crooked. For real. God bless you. Fluent English.